In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 NBA games happening on October 19, 2022, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games. So 2 picks for each game, 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 NBA games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer anywhere from 1 betting pick a day up to 10 betting picks a day and much more. Now let's get started. New York Knicks versus Memphis Grizzlies. The NBA season is underway, and we get the season opening contest between a pair of teams hoping to make some noise in their respective conferences as they tip off in Bluff City. It's the New York Knicks making the trip south as they face the Memphis Grizzlies in interconference action Wednesday night. New York finished the 2021-2022 campaign 11th in the Eastern Conference with a 37-45 record and missed the postseason. Memphis went 56-26 in the regular season last year, claiming the first division title in franchise history, beat the Timberwolves in 6 games in the opening round of the playoffs, and lost to eventual champion Golden State in 6 games in the conference semifinals. In the all-time regular season series between the teams, the Grizzlies own a narrow 26-24 advantage, and they swept the season series a year ago. That includes a 118-114 home win in the most recent matchup on March 11, 2022. The Knicks are 10-1 against the spread in their last 11 road games. The Grizzlies are 21-6 against the spread in their last 27 home games and 5-2 against the spread in their last 7 games overall. The under is 4-0 in Knicks' last 4 overall. The over is 4-1 in Grizzlies' last 5 Wednesday games. The over is 15-5 in the last 20 meetings in Memphis and 5-0 in the last 5 meetings. Early season jitters and lack of cohesion is common in the early games of the NBA, but Memphis returns their main core of players that saw them earn the 2nd seed in the Western Conference last year. Behind Morin, Memphis will be able to score at ease against the Knicks, who gave up 37% from 3PT land last year, which ranked 6th to last in the league. The Knicks will still be working out how Brunson fits in with the Knicks, which should lead to some mid-game struggles. The Memphis Grizzlies enter this game a bit banged up, but they still have enough depth and the best player on the court to get the job done. It's a hide-and-watch approach I'm taking with the New York Knicks, as I'm just not convinced they're capable of being an above-average team. I'd need more points to look in the Knicks' direction. It also doesn't hurt that the Grizzlies were easily the most profitable team in the league last season, so the Memphis Grizzlies to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Despite their offensive woes and stellar defense last season, the Knicks saw the underpost just a slim 42-40 mark in their games. New York saw an average of 213 points per game on the board last season. When it came to playing on the road, the Knicks saw that number slip slightly to 213 points per game on the road, though New York was better as the visiting team than they were at Madison Square Garden last season. Memphis saw an average total of 225.5 points per game on the season last year. The Grizzlies were 30-11 at home on the year, and their average total of 225 points per game at the FedEx Forum. Memphis was 3rd in the league in pace with 100.3 possessions per game, while the Knicks were 29th in that department with 95.9 possessions a night last season. This one should be an entertaining game that ends up just past the total number, as Memphis' run and gun style pays dividends. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Oklahoma City Thunder versus Minnesota Timberwolves. The NBA season kicks off for Oklahoma City and Minnesota at the Target Center on Wednesday night. The Thunder had the 2nd worst record in the Western Conference last season, though they did improve by 2 wins over their prior season. The Timberwolves were the 7th seed out of the West, but were eliminated by Memphis in the first round of the playoffs. Minnesota swept the season series between the Northwest Division foes last year, 4-0, and just missed sweeping against the spread by 2 points. Looking at the betting trends, the Thunder are 27-11 against the spread in their last 38 road games and 2-5 against the spread in their last 7 games overall. The Timberwolves are 1-5 against the spread in their last 6 home games and 5-0 against the spread in their last 5 games playing on 3 or more days rest. Head-to-head, the under is 4-0 in the last 4 meetings in Minnesota. The Thunder are 5-12-1 against the spread in the last 18 meetings overall, and the Thunder are 4-1 against the spread in the last 5 meetings in Minnesota. It's hard to imagine anything other than an easy win for the Timberwolves, who hold the clear advantage in talent. but they will be going through some growing pains as they figure out how to play with Rudy Gobert in the lineup. The Thunder were plagued by injuries last season, but they are just about at full strength here. The Minnesota Timberwolves are obviously the better team here and should be favored, especially at home. However, this is a lot of points for a season opener, especially when the Timberwolves have a lot of new faces and are still working in a major new starter. Also, let's not forget that Oklahoma was a covering machine on the road last season. Lots of points here. I expect Oklahoma to hang around long enough to get the backdoor cover in the end. So the Oklahoma City Thunder to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Last season, the Timberwolves led the NBA scoring 116 points per game and were 24th, allowing 113 points per game. The Thunder were the lowest scoring team in the league, averaging 104 points per game and 15th, allowing 112 points per game. With Gobert in Minnesota now, we can only expect them to be a better team defensively, which will make it tough on a Thunder team that was already in the bottom of the league in scoring. When Minnesota has the ball, I also expect the offensive pace to slow down as they adjust to how the offense will run. The Timberwolves themselves have a pair of defensive stoppers in their starting five in Rudy Gobert and Jaden McDaniels, neither of whom provide much offensive production. There is no clear offensive leader on the home bench either, which could limit the production of their second unit. If they are able to slow down the young Thunder squad in transition, the Timberwolves should be able to keep this as a low-scoring game, especially when factoring in the Thunder's struggles from beyond the arc. Considering their size advantage on the interior, look for them to slow down play and work the ball inside. If the hosts struggle to sustain their scoring for a full 48 minutes, it's tough seeing this game clearing the total. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Charlotte Hornets versus San Antonio Spurs. The Charlotte Hornets open up its 2022-2023 season in San Antonio against the Spurs on Wednesday. Charlotte made the play-in game last year before losing to the Atlanta Hawks in the first game and was ousted. San Antonio, meanwhile, also snuck into the play-in game last season and, like Charlotte, lost in the opening game. The Hornets are 15-5-1 against the spread in their last 21 road games and 20-8 against the spread in their last 28 Wednesday games. The Spurs are 4-0 against the spread in their last 4 home games and 10-1 against the spread in their last 11 games overall. The over is 4-0 in Hornets' last 4 road games. The under is 4-1 in Spurs' last 5 home games. The Hornets are 4-1 against the spread in the last 5 meetings. The Charlotte Hornets have had a tough summer. Not only have they failed to make any significant additions to their roster, but they will also start the year without a number of key players. LaMelo Ball has sustained an injury and looks set to miss games to start the season, while Miles Bridges continues to deal with legal issues that should see him also miss time. The San Antonio Spurs, on the other hand, traded their star player DeJounte Murray in the offseason, and while they have now embraced the youth movement, they are still coached by perhaps the greatest coach in history in Greg Popovich. That factor should make a difference in tight games. In place of Murray, the Spurs will look to start Tre Jones at point guard. While unspectacular, he should prove to be a steady hand running the offense this season. The team also have a great number of defensive options with Jakob Poeltl, Josh Richardson, and rookie Jeremy Sochan expected to keep the Spurs competitive on that end of the floor. Keep an eye out for second-year guard Joshua Primo too. He could be one of the more exciting 6 men this season. While you cannot place too much emphasis on preseason games, the Hornets have gone 0-5. They lost by 9 or more points in 4 of those games. There is little positive momentum with this team at the moment. The San Antonio Spurs aren't a good team, and I'm not eager to back them in any role. With that said, the Charlotte Hornets aren't exactly world beaters, and they're going to be without their best player in Ball. That injury to their star point guard makes this pretty much a toss-up game. I'll give the slight edge to the Spurs at home. The Spurs will cause a minor upset on opening night, so the San Antonio Spurs to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Last season, these teams ranked 2nd and 3rd in the league respectively in field goal attempts per game. With neither team having a scoring threat in the low post, look for both to attack in transition and thrive on cuts to the basket. Both games between the teams last season reached at least the combined 240-point mark. Look for Keldon Johnson in particular to have a big game. His bulk and physicality at the forward positions should cause the Hornets trouble. Look for him to thrive getting to the rim and free throw line, which should help the totals for this one. With barely any changes to the Hornets team and with the Spurs getting even younger, high-scoring games between them should persist this year. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.